insulted the Mahi. Whereas we are not seeing the same agenda within you. Hey, we cannot be fooled. We are all learned, we are all educated. It's just unfortunate that the worst of us are ruling over the best of us. It doesn't mean we are morons. We are morons. There's nothing bad in somebody moving from. Wike was a motor park, Agbero, a motor park, my three chairman, before he became, before he came into politics. From there, he was encouraged to go to Uniport to read the law. There's nothing bad in moving from motor park to being a governor of a state. But there is a level of decorum expected of a public officer of the status of a governor. When you are in motor park, you behave like a chairman of motor park. When you are around the governor, there is a way you talk to people. There is a way you take people along. You don't go getting what you want through divisive tendencies. You don't divide people. You were quarreling with your brother, South governor. Quarreling with Baseki, your fellow South governor. You were fighting Mahi, your fellow Southeast governor. You quarreling with Babangida Aliyu, former governor of Niger State. You fighting everybody. The same people that will support you in primaries. You went to primaries with a quarrel, with a lot of acrimonies. You are coming back to say you were cheated. They stabbed you at the back. People are falling for such a political gimmick. People are. He was stabbed. He was betrayed. Who betrayed you? He should blame every other person by himself. If there was any betrayal, Wike was the number one betrayer for not cooperating with Obi from the Southeast. At least, if they have started, if they have spoken with one voice, this thing is coming to the South. This time around, it should be the Southeast that has been shortened for too long, that have been relegated for too long, that have not been taken along for too long. You see, that clamor, that popularity will have been overwhelming. Not you fighting for it. Now, let me even shock you. As our brother will say, the good comrade. When you did not succeed, when you were there, when they were changing your constitution, party constitution, you were there with your eyes open. It was your turn, as you have it in your constitution, rotational presidency. You remove your brother, Secondus, so that he could pave the way for you, because you know that if Secondus is from southern part, you will not have the chance to go for presidency. You brought in money from the Rivers Treasury to remove Secondus before his tenure. He was just a few months away from the completion of his tenure. You removed Secondus. You wanted the full animal to be the party chairman, thinking that if you do that, it will give you an inch to emerge from the South. You did not only remove Secondus. Now, you were there when they were changing your law, PDP rotational law, that to allow an Atiku to give opportunity to Atiku to be able to contest against the ethics and the letters of your constitution. You were there, you never complained. You played along, thinking you could play everybody. You went into that, you allowed them to change your constitution, rotational presidency, that was supposed to be for the South. You didn't complain, you didn't leave PDP, you didn't call your followers that we are not going to participate. You didn't boycott anything, so you leave it for Atiku and his Fulani brothers. You went into that contest, fighting everybody. You came back and you were defeated, you got what you wanted. You coming back to say they betrayed you. Who betrayed you, if I may ask you? Now, that was not enough. You lost that. Again, you went for vice presidency you never wanted to go for. You swore never to go for VP. You went there, you had the 17, out of 17, you had the 14 over 17. Now, the Fulani agenda is telling you they don't want you. They don't want you. It is not too late. Failure or mistake could be success only if you can learn from it. It's high time you learn from your mistake now. Join hands with your brother, Obi. If genuinely you met well for Southern presidency, there will be another opportunity for you to actualize that. There's no point playing here and there. The same fire share that was fighting with Wike, who was the weakest boy in the West, has already started working for Tinubu. How genuine are these people, if not for their selfish interest and personal aggrandizement? I rest my case. Thank you very much.
Yes, I just allowed you to finish. Somebody just said you don't like Wike at all, but I don't want you to respond, so that we'll give other people a chance. I don't want you to respond now, because the way you spoke about him is not too good of him. And meanwhile, he said Wike is bringing heavy problem to PDP. About 17 governors or so, they are all backing him up. The governors forum in PDP, they are all angry because it's Wike. They have a reason for that. But meanwhile, just like you said, somebody should mute himself, please. Just like you said, it is an agenda, and the agenda was going to help us. Just from the beginning, I said this thing is treating me very well. The agenda is going to help us. As we go along, let's welcome Mr. Andrew. Mr. Andrew, if you can hear me, please unmute yourself and talk to us. Good evening, sir, Mr. Andrew. I can see you battling, coming and going. All right. Before you sort yourself out.
Are you calling me?
Yes, I was calling you, sir.
Sorry. Okay, my apologies. Can you hear me clearly?
We can hear you, though you're breaking little by little, but it's
Hello?
okay. You can go ahead. We can hear you, sir.
Okay, let me yield the floor. Let me yield the floor to Rita. No, let me yield the floor to Rita. By the time she finishes, I probably will be home where the network will be good.
All right. Madam Rita, thank you for joining us.
Did you get that? Yeah.
Yeah. Good morning, leftists. Good morning, everyone on the panel, and good morning, those of us at home and the comment section. It is almost 10 a.m. in Toronto time, and I'm watching what's on the screen, on my TV screen, and I'm laughing. And the reason why I'm laughing is I don't know who these lawyers are. I think I would appreciate it, leftists, if you actually call the lawyers, the 3 lawyers you mentioned, that are wasting Nigeria's time and disturbing Nigeria, so that we can actually investigate who they are and find out what chambers they work with, if they have chambers they work with, or they just want to be popular. I'm not going to talk much about the topic because I think Mr. Omori Domosa has expatiated and explained, what it is. And I totally agree with Engineer Benga when he said, he's not going to be bothered about this because he knows at the end we're just going to be watching and seeing whatever unfolds. In the end, we just pray that the person that God wants to put in Aso Rock that will transform and transfigurate Nigeria will be there. And that's Peter the Rock Obi, as far as I am concerned. I don't know. Something within me just says that the oligarchs of the APC and PDP perhaps brought out these lawyers just to discredit Obi's Peter the Rock Obi's name, in all these shenanigans happening, because there's nothing that these men cannot do. There is nothing they are not capable of doing under the sun. So that's why I'm saying, who are these lawyers? Because I don't know which law school they went to. To me, sorry, I think they're just disturbing Nigerians, because what I expected these lawyers to do is to take the AGF, the former vice president, and Mr. Emilokon to court and to say these guys need to be disqualified because they are not credible candidates. Yes.
Yes, you said I will give you the name of the lawyer. Maybe you can Google them and all that.
You can put it on the chat, please.
Okay. Hey, Atagoba Oboje Ogedevo Utebe. Very long name.
That's our Delta brother. Hey, go ahead.
Ahmed Yusuf.
Okay, go ahead.
I think the last one. Okay, let me just get the names clearly and put it on the chat for you to see who they are.
No problem. Yeah. So I would say, it's like they are just disturbing Nigerians. I mean, we want to see something better on TV. There's Mr. Omori has explained everything, and I believe nothing will happen because the system of government is government magic. That's what Nigeria is practicing, and this is just noise. If they can have someone like Magu still in the system, and have someone like General Buratai, and have someone like the one that had the 80 billion naira kept in his own personal account, go scot-free. Everywhere is silent. Everywhere is like cold water. So what are these lawyers doing? They are only fooling themselves, as far as I'm concerned, and the profession. In fact, they are disrespecting the profession. And maybe Olumide should call them to order, because they're actually wasting Nigeria's time. Because right now, what Nigerians need is just like how to convince the people why Peter Obi, the Rock, should be president of Nigeria. That's all we need to hear right now. With all due respect to your topic, that's all Nigeria need to hear. Thank you.
Yes, I've put the name of the lawyers
Thank you.
there for you to see, but I also
Yes,
would want
I'm
to
going to
put
be
it on
searching who
the
they are.
comment
Come and
section
waste
so
our time.
that people can also see the 3 lawyers, the names of the 3 lawyers. According to you, you are advising Akpata should call them to order. But
Yes, so
somebody just said,
Mr. Leptis, I don't know if you have their chambers, the name of their chambers.
no, the name of the chamber was not on the paper.
Leptis, I would like to say something, if you don't mind. And I want to make reference to like what Mr. Omori was saying. For me, I think I have said it in the past. No matter what anyone says about Governor Nyesom Wike, there's one thing I like about the man. That's what I always say. I like a man who says it as it is, without cutting corners, without being politically correct. That shows the heart of a man, right? Wike is a passionate man from what I have been noticing about him. And people who are passionate, sometimes it might be interpreted as being rude or as being agberish, if there's a word like that, you know. And I think it is unfair, to kind of use his past position as maybe a head of a motor park, like, that kind of character, to say, okay, maybe he still has those kind of character, he doesn't know how to approach issues. I don't think so. No matter what anybody says, even the PDP knows the worth of Governor Wike. Why is everybody scrambling? Why is Port Harcourt like the new Mecca that they are all going to the meet? Because it's a formidable force. Take it or leave it. I like that man because of how open he is, at least to my understanding. Nobody knows and nobody is perfect. Sometimes the way your disposition might be, it's sort of rude or kind of antagonistic, but doesn't mean that person means bad. That's how I see this man. So whatever anybody says about Governor Wike, about his past or whatever, the people of Port Harcourt love him, whether we like it or not. And Port Harcourt is one of the key states to clinch the ticket of Aso Rock. It is one of the key states, Kanu, Port Harcourt, and Lagos. So that is why everybody is scrambling for this guy. And I just pray that the immaculate intervention that Nigeria needs for God to clinch Wike's heart to support Peter Obi, even if he has sworn allegiance to PDP, he's a politician. They can cross carpet. It is very normal, in the scheme of things in terms of politics in Nigeria. So that is my prayer. If Wike switches over to Peter Obi, the Rock, hopefully, man, we're done. The whole South, the entire South is going to follow suit, and all the loyalists of Governor Wike right now, they will definitely follow suit. And I think the people of Port Harcourt have already seen the handwriting on the wall. They have seen that their brother has been betrayed. They already know they are going to vote for Peter Obi. They don't, at this point, from what Governor Autumn said yesterday, at this point, I think the people of Port Harcourt have seen the handwriting of the wall. That's all I have to say. Thank you. But I love Governor Wike. Take it or leave it.
I want to welcome Mr. Kingsley. Thank you very much for coming. But before I give you, I'll let you have the floor. Just like what Madam Rita just said, there's something happening. I think Wike is not even in Nigeria right now. I think he's taking vacation somewhere. And at the same time, our Tinubu is not in Nigeria. At the same time, who again? Governor Baseke is on vacation or something. Nobody knows where he is. At the same time, the PDP chairman, the IU man, is not in Nigeria as we speak. So many of them, as we speak, are not in the country. So something is definitely going wrong.
May I say something?
There's meeting upon meeting, on top meeting, and consultation going on. But one verifiable thing I know, Obi is in Nigeria because he belongs there. He's the man that we know has Nigeria at heart. So say something before I give.
Yes, I just wanted to say that Nigerians know that political holders, especially with all due to respect to all my Nigerian men, I love you all and I respect you all. Nigerian men normally do not like to take vacation. The idea of vacation is having their friends around, having suya, and that's their vacation. They rather send their wife and children to have vacation. So typically, a Nigerian politician does not go on vacation like he's on a beach or something or having pina colada. They don't do that. We all know they're all going for meetings. It's like a witch meeting as far as that's how we describe it, because they're all gathering to further destabilize Nigeria and put Nigeria in penury and suffering. So that's what they're all going to do. And nobody's a fool here. They're going to have meetings in the air. Some might even have the meeting in their private jets. We all know that. So forget about that vacation thing. Nigerian politicians don't go on vacation. Thank you.
Yes, they don't go on vacation. Even when they sleep, they are still playing their politics. Jacob D, you said if you say you thought this is people's movement, why are we begging for people to support? Jacob D, yes, it is people's movement. We are not begging the people to support. We are only begging the people to go and get their PVC and vote whoever that they love so much. That is our main crusade here. Go and get your PVC. People's movement, we are part of the people. We are asking people that are not be able to get their PVC. We are not the one that told people to come out on the NSAS, Soros, okay. We didn't ask them. We are not still the one telling people to come out en masse to go and vote. But we saw what people are doing, so we are encouraging them. So, Jacob D, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Just keep calm. You will soon know what it means when they say people movement. Before that, I would have played one video for Jacob V to see before I call up Mr. Kisley. If Mr. Kisley will give me the opportunity, let me show you something. We have been saying that we have big problem, very big problem with Tinubu coming to the north thereabout. But I think I have one video here.
Come 2023, let's do this. Can you predict who will become the next president come 2023? Is it Atiku? Is it Tinubu? Is it Peter Obi or is it?
Don't even give me options. Tinubu is the man. Tinubu is the best.
I see Atiku to be the next president of Nigeria.
I just want Peter Obi.
Well, Atiku is the winner.
I prefer Tinubu.
I prefer Atiku.
To me, I think Peter Obi is the best person we actually need.
I think it will be Tinubu.
I prefer Atiku. I will opt for Peter Obi. I think Atiku will edge Tinubu.
Peter Obi.
I feel it's Tinubu.
It's better for a year, man.
Fair Peter Obi.
Hello?
Peter Obi is my choice.
Peter Obi.
Peter Obi. My heart says Peter Obi.
It's Tinubu.
Tinubu by God's grace.
I would love for Peter Obi to come out as next president.
Obviously, everybody wants Peter Obi to be president. I want and I pray Obi emerge the winner. That's Labour Party.
Peter Obi is the next governor. Everybody knows that.
Peter Obi. Peter Obi.
Can I say something? I think
Peter
this
Obi.
video has been in existence
Peter
for a long
Obi.
time now.
I hope and I pray Peter Obi.
Yes, it was not actually this video.
It's all about that. I'm feeling it.
Can I talk now?
Yes, Mr. Kisley, have the floor. Oh, it's like I lose you. Well, it's your turn. It's not this video I wanted to play, but I have to search for that video. I wanted to show Jacob.
But this one encourages me now.
Okay, okay. Let me allow it to do good. Let me allow it.
I will vote for Peter Obi.
For my own article.
We need Peter Obi. Tinubu is going to win. Peter Obi will win.
Peter Obi is our president.
Peter Obi.
I say Peter
Look at the
Obi.
guy. God will bless
Tinubu
you.
to be.
God will
Baba
actualize yourself.
Tinubu.
I'm rooting for Peter Obi.
God will
Peter.
actualize yourself. God will actualize yourself.
Tinubu. I think Atiku. I see Peter Obi. The youth
God will
candidate,
actualize
which
yourself.
is Peter Obi.
It's Tinubu.
Tinubu.
Prefer Peter Obi. Atiku Abubakar.
It's Peter Obi. Peter Obi.
I mean, as an obedient citizen of Nigeria, we all know who's going to be, right? Peter Obi, the president.
You see
Come
how
2023.
God do his
It's
things.
okay.
I actually wanted to look for one video where some Nota youth are converging and giving their support to Peter
This
Obi.
is a real opinion pool.
But I don't even know how I got to this. This wasn't the video I was looking for. But you see, everything is going to the favor of Peter Obi.
In Jesus' name. In
Yes.
Jesus' name.
It's Mr. Jacob D that is making me a little bit emotional, and it just made me come up with this. But I will still look for that video, nevertheless. But meanwhile, CM, we just got CM, and CM, you can have the floor.
I'm just joining anyway, just by way of getting me up to speed. I think I don't know what the issues are to me in depth, but if you don't mind, you Comrade Itoya or Leftist Itoya.
I can go over and over again, sir.
Yes, please.
The topic is all about a lawyer who took INEC, PDP, APC, and Labour Party aspirants, the persons of Atiku, Tinubu, and obedient to court on the ground that the electoral law and Nigerian constitution on quoting some part that they are not valid, they should be disqualified, or because they are supposed to come with their vice. Now, before they come on board to vie for that position, since it's an electoral position, so also the vice president election is an electoral position. Now, this provision gives that they must come with their vice. Since their vice is not with them, they all came alone and wanted to go and pick their vice after winning the position that is non avoid, that they have flouted the law. That is what the topic is talking about.
Okay. With all due respect, I must admit I'm not a lawyer, and I'm not aspiring to be. So since the chap is everything is basing it on legality, whatever I'm to say, I say as a layman or a concerned somebody, I do not think that party primaries, the way I know it, throws up the candidate for a particular party. And the way I also know it, I stand to be corrected, it is now the candidate of the party on the during the election that will now select or choose somebody who will be his or her running mate based on the internal arrangement of the party. But be that as it may, if the lawyer is going to court, it will be interesting to know what the court will say about it. But to me, well, I've never had this type of case before or this type of challenge. But I don't know, in this season of obedient revolution, I don't know what the chap may have in mind, whether to truncate everything or if his or her reason for saying so or for staking such a claim or maintaining the position he or she is maintaining is really of a noble type. So that is what I can say for now. But to me, I do not really think that means a lot. If it's a mistake, if it's only one party doing adopting such practice, one might say it might be maybe a departure from the norm. But all the parties are doing the same thing. Whatever primary is done, it's only one person we are waiting to. One name should be announced as the party flag bearer. Then, with time, based on INEC guidelines and deadline and all those things, then everything will take shape in terms of the running mate or to balance the ticket. So somebody coming up with this something, I do not know. Whether it's a third columnist, the way they say, pushing it from somewhere or not, I don't know. But to me, it does not make sense. This is like a novel practice. I've never had it before that such a thing will even elicit a challenge, saying it taking everybody to court. Or maybe want to play to the gallery or to make name for him or herself. But then there are enough lawyers in that country to look after him, or to if every party must have got their own legal structure or legal directorate to look into it. But for me, I don't know, I don't know why it happened. So for now, maybe I stand to be educated on it, but this is what I can say for now. I'm being a layman and I'm not a lawyer. Like I said, I'm not aspiring to be. Thank you.
Yes, we just got that you don't want to say it is not correct. The lawyer is not correct because you are not a lawyer. That they have other lawyers that will do justice to that. Yes, they have other lawyers that will do justice to that. Jacob D just got me emotional. I want him to listen to this.
He has been described as a competent, versatile, and a detribalized Nigerian that has the capacity, capability, and acceptability to succeed President Muhammadu Buhari. These compliments came from a group of Labour Party presidential aspirants. The group complimented the old-breed politicians like Abubakar Atiku and Asiwaju Tinubu for their contributions to the development of the country so far, but said it is time now for a change of guard with Peter Obi in the driver's seat for a better and prosperous Nigeria. They said both the PDP and APC have failed the country. As such, the need for a fresh air, which Peter will bring if elected as the country's next president.
And for those of us that are students of history, we are aware of the antecedent of Peter Obi and how he was able to transform the economy of Anambra State to what it is to be known today. And for that reason, we don't want to speak too much grammar and to let the people of the South political zone knows that we are solely behind Peter Obi. They are our brothers, and what we want is unity. And just like what Osibajo said at the eve of the conventions, that you don't vote for someone whom you doesn't believe in. And we seem to stand on that track of record. And we are here today to do solidarities for our brothers whom we have the same common interest, common alignment together for way long. And to let Peter Obi know wherever he is today, that he may not be aware of what we are doing, but wherever he is, we are behind him, and he should know that whenever he's coming to visit the northern ally state, will come out in mass to give our maximum support. Thank you.
Please.
Yes.
That's good.
Jacob D just made me look for this video. I am not from the north. I am from South.
That's not true, man.
A lot of people are saying, let's go to the north and try who Peter Obi is. And I'll tell you for real, maybe you are not following. Shehu Gaba, go and check his tweets. and learn from him. He's a man, he's a northern man that always say the truth the way it is, though he's a politician. And hear what he said about Peter Obi. So you just said the movement is really waxing strong. Campaign has not started. It's like this. When campaign starts, in this same way Abiola came, it looked like a dream where everybody became so emotional that we're clamoring for that change, drastic change that would change the country. At the end of the day, Abiola won. Yes, the same way the people call for him, that's the way the people are calling for Peter Obi. So if you, Jacob D, is still sleeping, well, wake up and go to the streets and help us. Take your phone or your camera, go to the street and do one thing for us. Go and be asking questions. Freely, not how would like a state managed question. Just go straight to the street freely and do a poll for us. Send us the video and let's hear what the result is. We are not biased here. We are following the way it is, the movement of the people. Anywhere the people say what they want is what we will also want. Because the people say now they are tired of slavery and being oppressed. And we too, we are part of the people. We are saying no to slavery. So I want to welcome Mark Irabo. Mark Irabo, please talk to us. We don't have Kisley back. Mark Irabo, please just hold on. It was Kisley, but he left. So Kisley, please talk to us. Now you just came back. I'm sorry, Mike. We will call you back. We are not hearing you, sir. Sorry. Yeah, sorry.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you now.
Yeah, my phone was very hot because here in Germany, the temperature is almost 30-something degrees. So the phone just off the YouTube, the phone stopped working because of the heating. Really, I've been following the discussion, especially about this Wike issue. And also concerning the lawyer, that is where I wanted to point out my own, give my own points. You know, you try to play some video, which the people are, this is a street question, who you want to vote. I watch it also live the day this thing is going on. And also, the issue of, what do you call him, Tinubu issue. We should, let us be sincere. That's what we call perfection. I'm somebody who believes, one, in perfection. In life, I'm not saying Peter Obi is God. I was telling some group of people, during the time of Anambra election, I'm the one who also campaigned for Soludo in Germany here. I even try to tell people, we are no more, it's not a time of us looking backwards. Wike, I'm not against him. It's just like calling him Abul or whatever. He's not bad. Like the other lady said before, Wike is somebody who you can use to stop any hitting in front. But at least this time around is not a battle of power. It's a battle of mind. That's why I'm very happy about the campaign of the whole youth, because we can't continue doing all these things. Anybody who is against the perfection, I'm not telling people you must vote Peter Obi. Let us be sincere. I love the campaign the youths are doing. Get your PVC and vote your own conscience. We are in Germany here. I remember when I started importing to Nigeria, shipping cars and all those things. When you look at the importation of cars in Nigeria, the custom, what they normally do, they check you according to the rate of euro or dollars, which is totally rubbish. I started asking people, is Nigeria using dollar as their currency? When the dollar goes in, the custom move it up. We who are here, because sometimes people say, if I change 1,000 euro, there's a big money. Go and buy Gary. If you're helping your family, go and support them with the little you are giving to them before and see what they get today. So please, my advice to every one of us is our campaign should be try to tell these people What are you thinking about before and now? There's a friend I normally meet when I go to Port Harcourt. He said something on Facebook about Tinubu. He was supporting this guy before, Amechi. Later, because a kind of APC. Later, he's now supporting because Amechi have lose. He now support Tinubu. I sent him a message. I asked him, Mister, do you like how you? I don't say even we. I said, do you like how you are suffering? He never answered that question till today. Since then, he changed his mind. Why I'm saying this is this. We have to think, educate people. 5,000 naira for you to buy your vote. What is it for you in next year? It's not even year. Let us say in next month after the election. We need to educate these people. About the lawyers, which you people have mentioned, though I have not come across it. Why are we worried about what lawyer who go to court to file a disqualification and all? Those things are not important. They can't do more than a dead rat. Let us be sincere. Are you calling for disqualification of these ones as what? There is a primary. Which law make you to disqualify them? Because sometimes we need to focus on something important than people who are just side, should I call it the breeze, that bro on the side. They are nobody. They are just making their name to. It's just like if you people could remember during the time of Labour Party, one Igbo man who was elected, he went to primary in Abga. They used him to come and stop Peter Obi issue. How does he end that? The end just as nothing. You people know about this. So what I want us to focus, I'm not saying, I have to say it again. Peter Obi is not God. He's not perfect. But what I want to tell you people, I've been saying this for many people, the cries, the blood that has shed in Nigeria is what God is seeing to do what is going on. You people should put it in your mind. Owo, is it Owo in this place? People die just for nothing. This is what is crying. Peter Obi is not the perfect man, but God wants to use somebody to take people out of their bondage. Let us be sincere. If we are thinking about, remember Israelites, when they are facing their crisis, what does God do? He used someone to deliver the people. That is what is going on. It is not the battle of me and you. Our duty is to do what? Educate them. See this place, because some of them are waiting to see a picture of Peter Obi. That is our education to our people. Tell them, you are not going to see Peter Obi there. Who you are going to see is this three, father, mother, and child. That is our duty. The campaign has gone far because of the suffering in that country. Tell me, somebody who is buying a mudu of Gary 100 naira and now buying it 1,000, is he happy for that? The campaign has been done. The only my prayer every day is that if God can make it for him to get a good running mate, that's all. And I know for God so kind, his perfection will completely accomplish. I always say something in the Bible. He says that him who began a good thing in us will surely accomplish it.
Amen.
That's my belief.
Amen. Amen.
That's one guy who I told something. I said, if God cannot accomplish a thing, he will never start it. Mark this thing I'm telling you. This is the will of God taking place. It's not Atiku. So let's forget about Wike. If Wike wants, let him join. If you don't want, let him not join. And I want to tell you, God can use only one person to perform his way.
Yeah.
You see, we're talking of running mate or whatever. One day you will hear it. Somebody, Wike will just decide and come to that party and say, I decide to be here. So please, my prayer for each and every one of us, let us learn how to talk to our people. I always say people this. The media is good. If we have family members, every time I call Nigeria, all what I ask them, are you for obedient or you are for Atiku dent or Tinubu dent? They always tell me Obi. And I try to tell them this is what you are supposed to do. This is my prayer every day. So that they don't go, there's some of us, they don't even know this, what you call media things. So they don't hear the right thing. But if you talk to your family, My brother and sister, I think we have one woman on the chat or something like that. Please, I'm not happy that I'm in Germany here for 30 years. My kids are here. I plan to go to Nigeria this August with all my family. But see the killing in the Eastern Zone. What is happening? Because of the rot. Sorry, if anybody want to kill me, please hold your gun first. Because of the agitation that started, we want to go out. I'm not against it, but I always tell the people something. If you don't have a plan, you can never make an inch. The Bible says, a nation without a vision is a dead nation. What is leading Peter Obi is because of his vision. Whenever he speaks a word, it became like a thunder to every ear. I tell you the truth. I tell God I will pray. The time of Mbaka make a nonsense comment. I pray for 7 days about this. Before I finish that prayer, that guy was caught, and that's why adoration closed. People should not come in to destroy what God has started. Please. And that's why I say it is the will of God going on. You people should put it in your mind. You don't need to. There's a testimony. This woman make the wife of Juku. I cry. I shed tears that day. I say, look at it. A woman ambassador is giving this testimony. People are still doubting. I cry. I mean, tears of joy, not crying for. But you see the quality of whom God wants to use. So please, my dear people, I'm begging you, all of us, let us learn how to educate our people. That is what is important. That is my opinion for all these things.
Yes,
thank you.
Mr. Kingsley. Thank you very much. You spoke passionately, and people already know this. Some of these people, they're also very passionate the way you are. A lot of people want to come to Nigeria, but they cannot just the way you spoke. People have been saying it. There was a man that called from Canada some weeks ago. The man was crying on a live program. He cried on phone. See, a lot of people, they just want to come back home. But according to them, no hope to come back to. That's why everybody is now worried. Even the youth now, you can see we are not the one, or rather, we are not the one that told the youth to come out and a mass to be clamoring for change. So I think the youth have woken up. We know that, yes, something good is coming on our way. And that's why we are here also saying that if you don't have PVC, please go and have your PVC and make sure your vote count. If vote don't count, these people will not be coming and be paying, giving you money, be begging you to vote because they know how important you are. So if you think you are not important in this society, you are very, very important. In fact, you are the master, and because the Constitution says power belongs to the people. They can't be there without you. They are only representing you. And it is your money they are stealing. It is your money they are sharing for you to have you agree to allow them to oppress you and to make you their slave. So just like the former speaker have just said, please, people, let's vote wisely and let's do it right the way it should be. We are tired of this killing, insecurity in Nigeria, no welfare, no hospital. But their children are all going hospital abroad. Their children are going getting education abroad. Why you that have the money, you are suffering, no education for you. They are depriving you of everything. So let's wake up, youth. We can do this. On that note, I will call on Mike Era, but I would have said Mr. Andrew, but I already called on Mike before now. So Mike Era, but please talk to us.
Greeting to the house, greeting to the panel. So I thank Mr. Kingsley. He have taken the words out of my mouth. I know Kingsley in Germany almost 30 years ago. Mr. Kingsley, this is Makirabo from Dusseldorf. You know, this is the same cry we always cry. You know, I can feel you because we are in the same track. We that already spent almost 30 years in Europe, you know, we know we have seen the both sides. But when we are telling the people at home what the difference, sometimes they don't get us correctly, what these our politicians are doing to us. There was a day I was telling my friend in Ireland, I said, do you know that these our politicians, they make us to sell our birthrights? How do they make us to sell our birthright? I came to this Germany because they never put things in order in my country. So I have to accept German nationality. By accepting German nationality, I already sold my birthright. I have children here. I have not even till now been able to take my children home. So if I'm just like my friend said, Kingsley, that is planning to go home. Me too. Now, my worry is that when I take these children out to Nigeria, I have to, they will say, Papa, what is this making? I will say, my son, this is generator. If you want to pump water to the borehole, you have to leave this one up. If the light comes, you have to switch this one down again. You know, so the system there is not working. We don't have good roads. We don't have hospital. We nothing. You know, I said in this program before that nothing is working in our country. You know, and the problem is not only the politician, it's all of us. We have to change our mindsets. You know, starting from kindergarten, primary school, secondary school, university, the offices, up to the police. Everybody must change the mindset. All of us is wrong. You understand? So now, they said nothing lasts forever. God have heard our cry. That is why he's bringing now Peter Obi to, like John. I always call Peter Obi the Moses of our time. He is the one now to lead us to the promised land, whether they believe it or not. Peter Obi is the Moses of our time. That is why I always tell the youth, please go and get your PVC. You don't know what you are suffering. We that is living here in Europe, we have everything. We move 24 hours. When I go to the central 2 o'clock in the midnight, it will be like 12 o'clock in the afternoon. We drive 24 hours, we go out 24 hours, we don't have problem. We can take care of ourselves. But yet we are not yet happy because our family down there, we feel for them. Just like the moderator said, there are people in Canada, in America who already spend more than 30, 40, 50 years abroad. We are tired, we want to come back home. We want to come back home, but where are we going? The politicians, they don't want to put things in order for us. It's really, really disgusting. So my brothers and sisters, let's join us together, call your people at home, tell them to get their PVC so that we vote these people out of power and support the Moses of our time, which is Peter Obi. Thank you for now. That is what I will say for now.
Thank you very much, Mike. Thank you. Yes, everybody wants to come back to Nigeria. Nigeria is a very great country. It's been said everywhere. But the problem we have, some people say is the leader. I mean, the people. Yes, the people has a fault, but it's the leadership. The people are not the one piloting. It's like the plane where you have passengers. Passengers pay, they bought ticket for the plane to fly. They are the one paying the pilot from the money they are using to buy ticket. They are the one taking care about everything, the business of the plane. But the pilot is the pilot that flies the plane to the direction of what? The people. If you now trust your life to the pilot, and the pilot now flew and go out and take you to somewhere else, you are not blaming me? No. So leadership is the problem Nigeria has. Oftentimes I've had problem with some of my co-leftists. They say, no, it's the people. It is the people, but it's the leadership. If you want to kill a snake, do you kill from the tail or do you kill from the middle? Just hit the head, that snake is dead. And the head is the one that directs the body. If it doesn't have a good leader, things will continue to go wrong because the body goes the same way the leader goes. If the head goes anywhere, the body will follow the head. If you have a good head, the people will follow the way the direction of the head. I always say this. We Nigeria can change this. We can also make the head have a good head by what? Voting wisely. Making sure we do the right thing. By not being selfish. By not looking at religion. By not looking at tribe. By not looking at ethnicity. These three things has given us big problem. And that's where we are today. So on this, I want to call on Mr. Andrew. Mr. Andrew, please talk to us.
Thank you, Mr. Leftist. My apologies again for going in and out. I was walking on the road and my network is not that great. Also, I give my regards to all the panelists, and I would say I'm motivated, particularly when I hear some of the speakers making reference to God and leadership and the Bible. I'm really happy for that. The reason why I said that is on Monday I was listening to a program when this pastor said pastors should not go on the pulpit and announce who their members should vote for. And I tried my possible best to call him to ask him to clarify what he meant by that, but I could not get through. In the context of Nigeria, you have to tell people who to vote for. In the present context of Nigeria, and there is nobody else we can point to than Peter Obi. Not because he's an Igbo man or he's a Yoruba man. Because in the statute of God, God operates on two things, love and justice. Now, under this love and justice is equality, is fairness, transparency, accountability, and treating a fellow human being fairly and justly. Now, among all the candidates, regardless of which party they belong to, the question I would have loved to ask is, which of these candidates actually display this character of the mind of God in respect to leadership, in fairness, and which is Peter Obi? I keep saying this, Anambra is within the geographical map of Nigeria. So, if he was able to do it in Anambra State, why do we think he cannot do it if he becomes president? The obvious is there for everyone to see and to read. No politician have come out in the history of Nigeria, as far as I'm concerned, to my knowledge, to say, this is what I did. This is what I did. Now, no politician, if there is, I stand to be corrected. I need somebody to correct me if I am wrong. Now, I'm going to respect leftist platform because it's his platform, so I'm not going to say some certain personal things. Because I'm really annoyed with, I don't know if I use the word annoyed, with ministers of God. How they're going about this issue. Because when the obvious is staring at your face, they left the shore of Nigeria to abroad, where they see light, where they see everything. None of them has ever questioned if this leadership in this country they went to is the will of God. Reason is that everything is working. Whether the man is a devil or not, they don't care. There's electricity. But when it comes to the context of Nigeria, we start to say, is this person the will of God? Is this person the will of God? I have never seen such madness in my life. Leadership in the context of God is applicable to everything we do. Either in the church or as president or as a leader in any to be fair and just, to be transparent, to be accountable. Coming to the end of his life, Samuel called all the people of Israel together. He said, listen, who among you have I taken oxen from? Who among you have I taken this from? Who among you have I taken bread from, so that it blinds my eye? Tell me, I am going to repay you back. That is what we call transparency and accountability. I really don't get us to be honest that we need to be drumming this issue of Peter Obi every time when it is staring right in front. I know we need to be re-educate our people, but these ministers of God hold this power to tell their members that listen, this thing is an obvious thing. Use their platform and tell them, listen, this man is credible in the eyes of God, in the context of justice and love, which is transparency and accountability, fairness and everything. This man displays it. So what is wrong? We've gotten it wrong all these years. Is it wrong if we take a chance on him? The question is it wrong if we take a chance on this man? We've gotten everything wrong over the years. Everybody that have come, things go from bad to worse, worse to terrible, terrible to deplorable. I don't know which English I'm going to use again. Can we not just take a chance on this man for once? All we need to do is take a chance on him. Because he has said a lot. I think he has spit, all his spit has come out of his mouth to tell us what he has achieved. Credibility, accountability, transparency. Go and verify. And yet, we still need to be convincing ourselves. Like I said, I'm going to respect leftists. I'm not going to say certain things on his platform, just to respect. But I'm going to disagree with lefty in the sense that when he says the people, we have bad governance, it is us, the people, that put the government there. Whether it is by rigging or by whatsoever things or selling our vote. It is us, the people, that still have that responsibility to change it. To vote right this time around. Not to sell our vote. A few days ago, I was reading when Judas collected 30 pieces of silver to betray Christ. When we sell our vote or we refuse to vote, what are we doing? We are what? We are sacrificing, we are betraying the innocent blood, people between the age of 0 and 17, and those unborn. We are betraying because they trust us to vote rightly. And that is what Judas said. I have betrayed the innocent blood. He took the money. So when you take that money, and please, I'm not going to spare even those of us in diaspora, because in the past, some of us also have sold our vote. So we are part of the problem. So we are here to fix it. I don't want us to come and say because we're abroad we'll not be holier than thou. Some of us sold our votes before we left Nigeria. So let's be frank on this platform. We must not point accusing finger. We need to now educate ourselves. We need to go on this path. Like Rita said, that let us focus on Peter Obi. All this going to court and this and that, they're all distraction. All those are agent of devil, agent of distraction. They just want to distract the people's mind. We focus on Peter Obi and we highlight his credibility, his quality, and everything to the people. We sell him to the people. And that is what this platform, I believe, should do more. Because there are millions, thousands, people may not, you may see 100 watching, but others will watch later. This program will be on record. All of us in diaspora, we want to go home. We want to have that confidence. Even if we don't go and stay, we want to wake up one day and say, I am going home. Let me go and enjoy myself. We will need that security. We need that transportation to work. People should get a job. University should be working. During the pandemic, people were doing online school here and they graduated. They never carry 1 year over or say, oh, because of the pandemic, we will not have school. No. These are the things we need, the basic things. And when they come here, they see things working. The question I keep asking these ministers of God or my fellow ministers of God is, are you saying these leaders are not the will of God? Are you saying they are not displaying the mind of God in terms of leadership? What is wrong with us in Nigeria? Can we not just see the truth before us, the obvious, and just go for it once and for all? Sometimes it drives me crazy, to be honest. I yield the floor back. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. Yes, Mr. Greg, I can see you has, but before I come to you, we still have some people that have not spoken. Like Mr. Lucky and Mr. Goze, they just came in. We would allow them to talk, then I'll come back to you. So, Mr. Lucky, please talk to us. Is Mr. Lucky there?
Yeah,
Hello, Mr.
good
Lucky.
afternoon, everybody. My name is Lucky. Yeah, I'm hearing you. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Lucky. I'm calling from Dakar, Senegal.
Okay. Is this your first time
Yeah.
joining us?
No.
Yes.
I've been to this
Yeah,
platform
Lucky,
for a long
yes.
time. Honestly,
Yes, for Senegal.
today I'm
Yes.
on break. That is why I'm able to connect this afternoon.
Okay.
My contribution is this: anybody support Tinubu, whether these guys, Atiku. Now we need to ask them one question. Let us agree. Say, okay, let's say Tinubu is our president, and they have a UN meeting in the US, and they have about 7 panels who want to discuss about how they're going to develop we have something to say. Let us look at before. Let's say Tinubu is the 5th person. Before the first and the second and the third and the fourth, Tinubu don't sleep. You cannot debate it. He must surely sleep. When I reach his turn, he will call like Bado, because he's sleeping. You don't know what is happening. And I want to go and choose as your president. Even in the office, he will be sleeping. It's not a fault. No, it's not. You cannot blame me because he's old. His age. You can't do anything about it. Don't need to talk about those people. Just thank God. Even my daughter today, this morning, called me and said it's online. I said, stay there. Say, want to go house? Want to do? I say, if you go house, the next money I'll send for you, I'll send out with your PVC. If you don't have PVC, you cannot clear that money. I said, don't even go anywhere. Just stay there. Since he's 2 days there, I said, stay there. You must get your PVC. All my family, how they call them, I must go there. Go and get your PVC. It's direct. It's Peter Obi. Nobody else is Peter Obi. Anybody to come online to come and argue, say this and this. I just think most of people do all this, and most of people in the Europe, when they're American, and they even say debate about this Tinubu and Atiku. Atiku is living in Dubai. When they want to have me, when they want to do it, you come back to Nigeria to come and do something. You go back to Dubai. I surprised for Nigerians. If I call one of my lord that they say, telling me if they give her 10,000, I send a long video to her. I try to convince her. For sending her here, you can borrow money without nobody. As far as you are working, just take a slip of your payment, take her to the bank, finish. Every month, see how much you receive. They give you the money every month. Before you, when your salary, your entire account, they remove her. The balance you collect it. Without as far even as you are as a foreigner, this Africa country. Why he will seize light? If he sees light, nobody they'll ask you. They'll ask government, say, okay, that 1 hour when he sees that light, who will pay her? Who will pay? That is their thought. That 1 hour, that 2 hour when he sees light, who will pay for that 1 hour? I mean, say people, Nigeria just they go back. I tell my lord that they say it will happen. I'll buy ticket for me. Come here, come and spend 1 month. But if you would like to go back to Nigeria, my wife is here now since more than 5 years now. Say, never like even never talk of Nigeria. Say, never see blood one day. Never hear generator one day. Never see gun one day. Since when he come here.
Senegal for that matter.
Senegal. You never see blood one day that gone and that say there's his light. There's his light. Well, former president, when his son, I be power, Mr. Power one day. That when the man there, when Black White there. You know what happened? They go and beat the man when they see life for 1 week. Because they have problem, but they are working on it. Because they see life, they go and beat and scatter everywhere. The president's son, they beat and they remove themselves. Who will pay for that days when no light? That is their thinking. Who will pay for that day? See train now, see the electric train. Nigeria, I don't know what. Well, bros, I'm okay. I just pray make God help us. So that all Nigerians, they will know what, even people when they ask what they are fighting for. Because if you call them for Nigeria, they'll tell you, say, I beg, leave me, this and this, I don't tire, I don't feel. Say, for what? What tire, for 4 years? You're going to suffer for it if you not stay for that line now. That 4 years, you're going to suffer for it again. Stay for that line and get your PVC. It'll be on the way. God will help us. Let me leave the floor for other people. Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Lucky, thank you very much. Thank you. If Senegal can have the constant power supply, have this kind of security, securing life and property, why can't we? So people, we have to wake up. Just like Mr. Andrew said, we are all involved. All of us, including me, but me, I have tried to do my own part too. Including me, we are all involved. So, Mr. Gozi, talk to us.
Good afternoon.
Sir.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you, sir. Go ahead.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for the opportunity. I just stumbled on this platform, I think last week. And once in a while, I try to watch and listen to what people are saying. It's encouraging to see that a lot of Nigerians are fed up, including myself.
Where are you joining us from, sir, Gozi?
From Scotland.
Okay, go ahead.
I believe every Nigerian knows the problem of Nigeria. Okay, most of us, we all know the problem of Nigeria. And one of the key issues that we have is we started off on a wrong foundation. The foundation of Nigeria is very wrong. And that's why we are where we are today. So what we're trying to do now is to make the best out of a wrong situation. The issue of Obi and the Atiku and Tinubu, it is very clear for everybody to see. Okay? But Nigeria and Nigerians, we've been subjected to inhumane situations. The leadership have weaponized poverty to the level that nobody can see beyond their nose anymore. People are looking for what to eat. That's why a lot of people that try to criticize Nigerians as us being the problem. Yes, we are the problem. But if you look at the issue critically, you can understand why the problem exists. Okay? Nigerians, poverty has been weaponized against Nigerians. And you can't blame anybody who, is seeing what they can eat today, and try to go for it, by selling whatever it is within their possession, in this case, their vote. That should be understandable. So the big work for each and every one of us is education. Sensitize Nigerians, educate as many as possible. Okay? Good enough. Encouraging signs are out there. A lot of people are beginning to see. If I watch what is on YouTube, watch YouTube videos, a lot of commentators, YouTubers that bring a lot of this information to us. It's encouraging that it's as if people are waking up. Okay, it's encouraging, but that's we should also expect detractors to be still around trying to derail the current movement, like the 3 lawyers, which is the topic of your discussion today, has shown. Like a lot of people have already said, that is just noise. Okay, whether it is orchestrated by the opposition or whoever, people that wants to just derail the current movement, is just a waste of time. Like one of your contributors said, it's not even something we should be bothered ourselves with. The key thing that each and every one of us should be driving is whenever we speak to any of our people. Unfortunately, we in diaspora, we can't vote. They've made sure that that is not going to happen. We have about 5 million Nigerians in diaspora. If we were given the opportunity to vote, I believe we can be a key block in making in determining the possible president of Nigeria, because all of us know who we will want to vote for, but they've made sure that we don't have that opportunity, so it's all well and good for us to blame Nigerians. The primary point I want to make here is that we should somehow cut Nigerians some slack. Tell me which country are subjected to the level of inhumane situations and conditions that Nigerians are being subjected to. Tell me which country does it happen that is not at war? A country that is not at war and are subjected to, how Nigerians are being. So Nigerians are not treated like human beings. Nigerians are treated like animals. That's why somebody in power can actually say that Python swallowed money, and people will actually be, thinking about that statement, and it will be a cause for discussion. What it's as if I don't know. I'm just short of words. But let's not castigate our people that much. It's unfortunate that we're where we are. I don't blame any Nigerian, anybody that sells their vote. I don't blame them at all. You have to be alive first before you can do anything. But that we know is not the best. So the work for us is to sensitize as many as possible. So that we can make the best out of this horrible situation that we have. Thank you very much.
Yes, Gozie, thank you very much for that brief one. I have somebody that sent me a message saying lawyer case is dead on arrival. Peter Obi is the fear of them all. The fear of Peter Obi. It's upsetting a lot of things. Yes, let me go to Mr. Alice. Mr. Alice, please talk to us.
Thank you so much, Mr. Leftist. Thank you, everybody. I've been listening with keen interest. Thank you. The movement is growing by the day, by the hour, and by the minute. It's time to heal, It's time to heal from the forceful amalgamation, this fraudulent social construction by the British for their selfish interests. The only way we can make our kings who were killed, the Oba of Benin who was taken to Calabar, and other kings who were deported and slaughtered, women who were raped during that forceful amalgamation, the only way we can make their souls rest in peace and smile in their graves is if we vote Mr. Peter Obi. So I think it's time to heal. The only way that people who were victims of human rights abuse under the fraudulent military administration of Nigeria since 1970, after the Civil War, and even those who were killed during the Civil War, 2 million lives were lost. Up till now, they've swept it under the carpet. There is nothing has been done about those souls. No national memorial. The only way I know Peter Obi is going to open a lot of books. You cannot heal if you do not vote Mr. Peter Obi. I'm sure he will also question the British amalgamation of Nigeria and how they will renegotiate our existing together. Not one part of the country thinking they are more Nigerian than every Nigerian. It's time to heal. So for me, I just feel that we should continue to preach the gospel of this guy, because like before the whole presidential candidacy started, nobody gave him chance. Very few people, very infinitesimal number of people. So I feel looking at his role, the role he played as a governor, he said, my life is an open book. You can go to my state and read. He's not perfect. Like somebody once said, this is the first time in Nigerian history that a politician would say, go and check what I did. It takes a lot of guts. It takes a lot of confidence. It takes a lot of transparency. It takes a lot of honesty to say, go to my state and check. The only way where we can make the souls of Lekki Tollgate massacre victims to rest in peace is to vote Mr. Peter Obi. I know he will create a national day of mourning, like a memorial at that Lekki Tollgate. My friends, it's time to heal. So we have no other country to call our own. Whether you live in Australia, Canada, you have a European citizenship, German citizenship, inside you, you know you are a Nigerian. So it's time to heal. It's time to let people know we have no other land. We must defend our land, not with guns this time, but with our PVCs. I've got mine. Have you got yours? Even if you are not around, you can also motivate others back home. Peacefully preach to them about the gospel of this Peter Obi. It's not a coincidence. His name is Peter. Jesus said, Peter, on you I will build my church. On this rock I will build my church. His name is Cephas, which means rock. I will build my church and the gates of hell will not prevail. So I think it's not a coincidence. And the overwhelming majority of the coming election is going to be too imponderable to rig. It's going to be too much to rig. So what we all Lekki Tollgate victims, the massacre victims, whether people deny it or not, we know we have video evidence. DW, German station, have video evidence, and other social media platforms have video, video proof. So it's time to heal. The only panacea right now to take us from where we are and position us to where we should be going to is this man. I've been reading about him. There are some videos I'm going to forward to the platform that I have never seen in any platform. This guy, trust me, he's a born leader. There are some touchy things I saw about him. It's not just because I'm joining the bandwagon. I speak with facts. I'm happy somebody spoke about Senegal. When I used to talk about Senegal, Rwanda, and South Africa, people say I'm mad. I talk too much. At least somebody who lives there is telling you they are not there yet, but they are on the roots of progress. Very soon you hear that Senegal is no longer in a third world country, just like Singapore and Malaysia left us in third world country. And now the academics in America, they are trying to create a fourth world country. A fourth world country comprising of Nigeria and Somalia and other poorer countries like Djibouti and Sao Tome. What a shame. It's time to heal. Our currency has been so, degraded because of the frequent borrowings and the closure of all our plants, all our manufacturing plants, all our production sector. Our politicians have done nothing but loot for self-aggrandizement. Gentlemen, it's time to heal, to bring our currency back among the Committee of Nations. Nowadays, if you go around the world, I've experienced it. I was in Frankfurt. I was the only one who was controlled. As a black man first, when they saw the Nigerian passports, the German police who were 3, they became 7 just by a phone call. And they led me to one place and questioned me for 20 minutes before they let me go with an apology. Do you know what one of them told me? When I asked him, I said, why are you stopping me? He said, it's a random check. I said, I know random check. He said, moreover, your passport. I said, yes. He said, people in your country can do and undo. I said, what do you mean? He said, don't worry, never mind. We are sorry. So the point is this, is a failure of leadership. They know our leaders run there with stolen money. They brand everybody, money laundering people, drug dealers, even if we know we have criminals everywhere in every country. So when leaders leave their own country to go for medical checkup just to treat headache in foreign countries, what do you expect? It's time to heal, to stop this nonsense. Nationwide, we don't have a world-class medical facility. What a shame. Yet, billions of dollars are being allocated for medical sector. Gentlemen, it's time to heal. We owe it as a duty for those who are not even born and for children who are under 18, who are not of the voting age, to vote rightly, because questions are going to be asked in the next 3-4 years. What was your contribution? Should things get worse? What did you do? So let's fight. We may not succeed, but let's give it a fight. Let's know that we try our best by mobilizing behind this man who has not shared dollars to delegates who decamped from his party because of decency and sought refuge in a party that he wants to tell them how he wants things to be done for the better of the Nigerian population. It's time to heal. It's time to run to really run this guy and forge ahead. It's so shameful that at this time, Senegal yesterday here, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, we have Senegalese in Lagos. Senegalese were working in Lagos, sending money home. But nowadays, you cannot say that again about them, because people sat down to say, we must do the right thing. Look at Rwanda. Look at Rwanda. So, gentlemen and ladies, Malaysians came to Benin City here, Edo State, to have like a specimen of palm kernel. Today, they use that same palm kernel to transform their nation. A friend of mine said he visited Malaysia. He said they gave the whole city to palm kernel farming. That is their major source of wealth. Not crude oil, but palm oil. Looking at what Qatar and Dubai and Saudi Arabia is doing with their money from their oil, you'll be wondering if it is granite oil we have in Nigeria. I heard that a politician who is late in Nigeria, 20% of Singapore economy was built on his money, stolen money from our country. So we must, we can go on and on, like someone said, everybody knows Nigerian problem, but it's time to fix it. Everybody can also fix it by getting your PVC. So it's time to heal. It's time to heal of all the disappointment, all the, economic decadence. It's time. Peter Obi is not going to change it in one day, but he will set us on that path of greatness. Looking at what he has done for a man to leave money, apart from Musa Yar'Adua, in 36 states, a man to leave money as at then, 2012 or so, $200 million, when his mates were looting even $20 million. Come on, it tells well. You may say it's a political game. No, it's not. It's not. I'm sure by then, he looking at the corruption in the system, he never thought he would be a president one day. So, for us, please, let us keep the good work going. The only way we can make Odumego proud in his grave when he told Awolowo the Malams are coming is to get PVC and vote Peter Obi. Coincidentally, who is also from the East. It's not about region now, it's about ideas and fiction. Because Ojukwu saw the Malams coming to kill us at Lekki Tollgate. He saw the Sikh-Titism. He saw them clinging to power forever. He saw the conquest. He saw the invasion. He saw the express road be taken over. He saw it all and he warned all the leaders of thought, but they didn't listen. Traitors and snitches betrayed him. In his grave, what will give him joy is to see one of his own with the same ideas, not to break this country this time, but to set it on a path of greatness. It's time to heal. So, gentlemen, thank you. I can go on, but let me leave the stage for someone else. We can heal this country with our PVC. We can take it from these political old cargoes and set it for our children unborn, so that they will wake up one day and say, my father was part of a platform that campaigned endlessly on a daily basis for a better country. I'm proud of my father. I'm proud of my grandfather. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Yes, it's time to heal. Alex, before you go, I get Qatar, I bet if you heal me.
Get your PVC and you will get a good medical care.
Thank you. I get my PVC.
It's time to heal.
I'll go put my nose for PVC. I don't say my Qatar go finish. No wahala. I'm supposed to call Engineer Ken now, but it's like Engineer Benga has been itchy to say something before I call on this time. Engineer Ken, they are both engineers.
Thank you, my brother. I won't talk too much. I want to send some signal. There, my last speaker has said it all. It is time to heal. Get your PVC. That's the major point. Please, we should not send signal to the to the developed country. Those who colonize us, what do we have as a drama to play when it becomes the president of the country. It's from experience. One of those things that killed Abiola is coming out frankly before the election to tell the developed country, those Americans, so that if he becomes the president, he's going to ask them about reparation fees. And that's why they didn't allow him to become. Please, there's something we don't need to say. Yoruba will say something. I want to say it. They say, Yoruba says, a child does not ask about the sources of his father's death until he holds on the. So let us reserve some things. Let our campaign keep on going. Let us go to the grassroots. Those who doesn't know Obi now, let them know Obi. Those who doesn't know what Obi is for, let them know. And let's keep on praying. Prayer is the key. When Akedolu wants to become the governor, I happen to be one of those in his team. We met at one hotel or in the night. After discussion, that time there's a problem between him and Tinubu. After discussion, after those things, I told him, I said, sir, I know God will give us this victory this time around. We failed 2012. But this time around, we're going to pass this exam. But we need one thing. He said, what is that? I said, because my name, he used to call me Oyarubulem. That's my appellation. I said, sir, we need a prayer warrior. Let them continue to pray until the election come and go. Even during the governance, let us continue to pray. He said, my chairman, that I was a union leader anyway. He said, my chairman, we are praying. And I think I have a team of prayer. Let us continue to pray for Obi. There are two things we need to be praying for Obi. Obi to actualize these mandates. One. Two, God to prolong his life for us so that he can get the mantle of power and they can actualize the vision and mission of God upon Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. We are all doing everything, prayer. What Obi said, it's not just prayer. Prayer will not help us. We'll be praying for all the while. Obi himself said we should just go out there and do what we need to do.
That's what I said. That's what I said. I said, prayer. Tell every Nigerian. I said, tell every Nigerian who does not know Obi now to know Obi. Tell them how to vote. Tell them where to cast their vote. Get your PVC. I have my own. I told you. I have my voting card. I have my previous. I have Nigeria NI. I have UK NI. I have UK voting card. So it doesn't. I have everything. And I said, one of my friends is now going to become a member of House and Friends by February next year. So that means I will be at home. I have to cast my vote. I have to campaign for him. So what I'm just saying, I believe I have seen God in work before, and I believe this one that I'm seeing you to know. How can somebody move away from a bigger party to a smaller party that no? It's like during the time of Iroko. You know Iroko. You know no state. You remember that story when he left UDP and came to the same level. It was like a fire, and people thought he could not win. He won the election. That's the same thing. Obi will win this one. In Jesus' name.
All right.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, sir. Engineer K, talk to us.
Yes, Mr. Leflis. How are you there?
Bless God, sir.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, my co-parents. Good morning, Nigerians. Good morning to my political son, Mr. Alice, the Alexander of our time, the Alice Goodwilling of our time, the Alice Nogga. How are you there? Yeah, we give God the glory. I want to say this. I want to dedicate this song to Obi.
I'm okay, Engineer Ken. Greetings. Greetings.
Greetings to you, my brother. Greetings to you from the United States. You know, The cloud looks me like cloudy. It looks like the rain want to fall today. Since morning I've sowed my seed, waiting for the rain to fall and water all. In this life we live. Man, hungry man, but I don't want to be hungry. Send down the rain. Send down the rain. Obi is the rain sender. Obi is that rain that the less privileged, the voiceless, the poor, the wretched, the masses, I'll be crying of, praying of, looking every day, next morning to the other morning. God, when will this rain fall and wet my seed, for my seed to grow so that I can be able to feed? That rain is so big, and the rain has come. The rain is going to water every seed that has been planted to grow for good. But for those bad ones, the rain will be like a thunderstorm that is going to flood these evil politicians, men and women, away from land. Even if our own parents are involved on it. If they don't change, if they don't take that step back from these days, that rain is going to flush them out. It's going to flush them out. So Nigerians, please, don't sell your PVC. Don't trade for even ₦1 million. They're going to come with all those money that when you see, you can't turn back. Take it and pray for it. Take it because it's your money. It doesn't belong to them. Take it and cast your vote. Cast your vote for Peter Obi, for that labor sign. I want to really praise our men and women that are on the ground, using their own time, their own money to campaign for Peter Obi. Anytime when I watch them in YouTube, I shed tears of joy because I will know that this is now. This take me back in 1993 or 92 for June 12 for Abiola. The whole nation rise for one name. But the Babangida of our time that is still alive, and the late Sonny Abacha, they stole that mandate from us. Because they know that if that mandate would have come, maybe they themselves will go punished. Even Abiola wasn't a saint. He was also a chief. But I think he repented. He was trying to do the needful. I listened to our brother Alice. He spoke about Singapore. I've been to Singapore. I did some program in Singapore. I know Singapore like the way I know the back of my hand. You know, Orion is bigger than Singapore. Way bigger than Singapore. But there is one Edo son. It's GDP in Singapore that control the life of Singaporeans of their daily bread for over 40 years. That is Chief Letonia Neni. I'm a soldier, and in my army, I'm a general. I will call their names. They normally, even though I'm in Nigeria, I will call their names. I'm not afraid of any of them at all because they are criminals. You know, the Bible says a criminal will not go unpunished. These guys out there have done so much havoc to that land. Even the birds are hungry. That is the evil that they have done, that nobody can even stand for them anymore. I pray that this mandate of ours will not be hijacked by these evil politicians, these mafias that are ruling both day and night in our country. I pray that the demonic forces that they use to rule our country will disappoint them for now. And I want to say, if every Nigerian youth...
Hold on a while. We have a caller right now. Let's take this call. You will continue from here. Yes, Mr. Caller, please tell us your name and where you're calling from. Hello. We lost it. Go ahead.
Okay. I want to say and I want to plead, if every Nigerians, mostly the youth, if we can observe one day fasting, both the Muslims and the Christians and the unbelievers, let's pray, because the voice of men are the voice of God. Our prayer point would be, any demonic forces that want to rise against us on that day, that want to divide the youth and the men and women that are supporting the movements, that want to use us against ourselves, let those power be broken in Jesus' name. Let's do that fasting. We can start it from Nigeria Watch. We can fix a date in Nigeria Watch. We will observe that fasting, and that date it will be a day of prayers. That 3-4 hours we'll spend on the line, we will use it to pray for our nation. Because that country is so backward, that country is so hard, that it needs God Himself to change that narrative, to change that evil. And this is the time. I hope our CEO of Nigeria World, Mr. Elvis again, can hear me. I want him to look into it and fix a date, because it is now or never. Because as we are fighting for this man to come in, that is how they themselves are fighting for this man to lose. So they are working, sacrificing the life of goats and cows that are made for feeding. Using it for rituals, for this plan not to work. We will also be doing the needful to fight against them for the plan of Obi, for the plan of the obedience, for the plan of the Nigeria change to work. And that will be my take for now. Thank you, Mr. Leverage.
Thank you very much. We have one new person that just joined us, Mr. Haruna Guru. Mr. Haruna, please. I think this is the first time I'm seeing you on my program. Mr. Haruna.
Hello.
Mr. Haruna, please talk to us.
Yeah, I'm from the north, from Kaduna State. I've been following what's going on, and just one thing before I continue. Because of the sensitivity of the times we're in and what has happened to the nation, I will advise all the contributors and callers in to avoid the aspect of revealing or talking about what they want Peter to come and do, as it has to do with what happened with the war, the toll gate. We already know those things are there. So behind our mind, we should then rally round on the point of unity, oneness, and tell the man that we know when he comes, he's smart enough. He's all from the things he has been doing and saying, it's obvious that he's going to move the nation forward. So I will advise that we should avoid bringing the sentiment of his coming for payback, because the Northerners are listening, and they're the ones that have always sabotaged whatever have been the plans. They don't want to leave. They want to continue to rule out, because I come from the north, so I know that it's like a right for us to continue to govern and to rule. I used to tell people that these people are headed to the south with their agenda of takeover. And people used to say, how are you sure? They can succeed in the north, but they can't succeed in the south. But they started infiltrating everywhere. We had what just happened with the bishop, the Anglican bishop, and he narrated his ordeal. My former mentor, that was a professor of zoology, that was in ABU Zaria. As we speak right now, he's under the hand of the kidnappers. They kidnapped him, and they're asking for 100 million from a retired professor who is also an evangelist and a preacher. When they saw that he has a university that is an evangelism university, they thought he has money now, and they say he has people all over. So the whole thing is to take over Nigeria, and anybody they can use to achieve that, they're going to do it. So right now, the movement should be more concerned about sensitizing people from the south, north, east, and west, so that they can together and not talk about when he comes, he's going to do this, he's going to do that. We already know things will change by the grace of God. So I would just suggest that the effort should not sound divisive. People should not feel that this is a southeast or it's a movement of the south versus north. Because in the north, they've always told us that the challenge that the southerners want to take over Nigeria, so we must not allow the southerners. So all the northerners for life must continue to rule. So now, that's why they have gone and taken over the different parts of the south, just waiting. Today I was listening, and they're just waiting to be given directives. They've been shipping in ammunitions. Meanwhile, the south, they are told they are not allowed to have all those things, but they are already prepared. So now, however, a person like Obi, with a team of others that will go there with a clear vision, it will be, the moment they come in, it will be a different story. So whatever can be done now with people from diaspora, people that are back home in Nigeria, that the whole idea should be teaming up together, bringing resources, bringing ideas. How do we market this man who is not partisan? He's not talking about north or south, east or west. He's talking about Nigeria. He's not talking about religion. He's talking about Nigeria. And so I think that the concentration should be more on that and just go rigorous and let that movement continue. Not what he's coming to do concerning toll gate. We know those things are there, but can we just unite and push this thing and support this man? Because like the council June 12th and whatever happened, they are busy working round the clock now to sabotage this movement. And so we must guard against it, even though I'm from the north, but the north, including where Buhari comes from, they are suffering poverty. They are suffering the same insecurity. So it's all over because there are just a tribe called the Fulani that believe Nigeria belongs to their forefathers and they have come to claim it. And the current dispensation is making it, giving them a free ride, giving it to them on a platter of gold.
All right. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I don't mind if you will also always make our time to always join us, because we need people, as rightly said by you, we must come together to channel one opinion, which is north south. I'm happy you are from the north, and it really gives me joy that you are speaking like the educated one from the north, or like the primitive one that does not care. Once they give their command, they don't want to know whether it's right or wrong. They just believe in whatever some people say. So I want you to be a voice who is representing the North, a very good voice, as we together speak one unity of recovering Nigeria. Thank you very much. I will always beg you to join us at all the time. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, sir.
We have
Okay.
a caller on the line. So, caller, please tell us where you're calling us from and your name.
Yeah, my name is Jonathan. I'm calling from Italy.
Okay, Jonathan from Italy. Talk to us.
Yeah, my little contribution is not much. It's just that the way we youth of Nigeria are still living our life, I thought Nigeria was like an educated country that has so many youth with a great agenda. Because I've lived with Hausa people, I stay in Zaria before. I've lived with Yoruba, I stay in Ogun State. I've lived with Igbo, the TV, the Doma, so many people. And I've seen so many educated ones, the ones that think upright. But not to this extent that upon all these things Buhari regime did to us, for the past 7 years and some months now, Nigeria have not been okay. Nigeria has been a country turned upside down. A country where killing is like a normal thing. They don't reason killing as anything. Even 10 people just like killing a rat. They don't think anybody is even worth living in that country. Upon this thing the regime did to us, I'm still surprised that so many youth are still supporting Tinubu or Atiku. Look at the case of Deborah. Tinubu tweet. Not more than 1 hour he prepared the tweet. Then he came to the edge, began to say all kind of things. And so many youth are still supporting that kind of person. Look at Jagaban, like Tinubu, what they call him. Look at the killing in Lekki toll gates without no justice. Obviously, now they set up a panel. The panel, we don't have anything to show for the panel. What I'm saying is that this our youth, mostly the one from the west and the north, they still think, maybe they think that Obi is here for the evil. Obi is not here for the evil people. Obi is here for everybody. Obi is here to change the country. Like me, I'm from Edo State, Isha precisely. I'm not an evil. But when I listen to Obi, the first time I listened to Obi is Brekete program. I was so convinced that this is the right man that can take Nigeria to the next level. But I'm still surprised many people are still overshadowed with religion, ethnicity. How long are we going to continue like this? Can't we change? We are the youth. We are the youth that can change that bad country. Not our parents anymore. Their time is over. I don't know when our youth are going to think straight. I don't know when, like me, I followed through the Sahara Desert on my way to Italy. I know what I saw when I was in Libya. Libya don't have government, but yet they live a good life more than Nigeria. There's no government in Libya. Everybody is lawless, but yet they live good life more than Nigeria. Top in Nigeria, they say they are a democracy country. They have government, but look at the life they are living in Nigeria. I'm just short of words right now. But I think our youth need to improve. They need to improve their mentality so that they can live a good life. We are doing all this is not for us. It's for our children. Because I believe this change, we will not even benefit much from it. Our children are big, we want to generate things that will benefit many things from this change. Not us. But we need to do it for our children. Thank you.
All right, Jonathan from Italy, thank you very much. And I want to assure you that this movement that is going on, it's not the old people that initiated it. The same youth you are talking about are the same people that have said enough is enough. It's the same youth that are going all about, say, Obi no they give shishi. It's the same youth that are doing it freely from their house, spending their money, somehow doing concerts. So I just want you to know that the youth are doing their best. They've woken up. If few are still not, it cannot be 100%. Few can say no, but majority is what we are looking at. So I want you to know, to respect them. When you say their mentality, I think the majority of the mentality is woken up. The last caller the last person that spoke, not quite long.
Yes,
it's a doctor man.
I really enjoy what the last
Yes, that's a doctor man, an educated man. So educated people, the educated ones in all over the country, never where you come from. They want progress. It is the primitive ones that don't know what is happening. They don't care. They are still living the same old ways of life. So I want us to give it to the youth. I think they've really done so well. Thank you very much for your contribution, and keep calling us, and have a good day. Thank you. Yes, Margarita, you just said if it has not gotten to your turn. No, man. I'm following a list here, the way we came in. The person that started was Omori. And the more we talk, the more new people came in. It has not even finished. Like we still have Lucky Raf. He has not spoken. So I'm going to allow him speak before I now go back all over. Omori started, followed by Gina Bega, before Margarita, before CM. So I'm just following it the way verify. We follow it. I'm verifiable. Thank you very much. So Lucky Raf, please talk to us.
Good evening, Niger Watch.
Good evening, sir.
I greet everyone. I want us to know that this journey just started. It's good that obedience have gone to so many places even before the campaign. But right now, there is a lot of propaganda going on how to, minimize Obi prestige and respect people have for him by coming up with a lot of propaganda and lies. So this inauguration of youth by APC right now are just going to focus on this. So we should be aware of that. If you know why you are doing this, it's not because of Obi, but for the future of our children. So we are not just going to work, we have to pray also. I am happy that most of the supporters and most of the people working towards this goal, they know what they are doing. They know what they want. They are not the kind that easy to swear or to change their mind, because they are not doing it because of tribe. They are not doing it because of religion. They are doing it knowing that this is the man that is competent for this job. They are doing it knowing that this is the best qualified candidate. They are doing it because of the situation we are facing in Nigeria. They want things to change. So, but our focus are in converting others. And we can't do it by being emotional. So, in everything, we will focus on passing those message we need to pass to them so that they can see what is at risk, at stake. What is at stake in this? If we fail, yes, we have made a statement, but we are not going to fail. But we have to remind anyone we are talking to that 8 years is not 8 days. 8 years of this killing, lies, looting is not going to be easy. So everyone should have it in mind. As for the Tinubu court case, the people that are suing Tinubu for it is not going anywhere. he is going to do everything to shut it down with money. So nobody should just, that is just, after, for a while, they will, those same people that went to court is going to keep quiet. We will use money and silence them. So let's continue doing what we are doing. I'm very happy that Northerners are working as hard as we are working. On 2nd, the Northern youth will inaugurate Labour Party and Obedience Group on 2nd. So many things are happening. And by the grace of God, we are going to get to our destination. And everybody, at last, everybody will celebrate. That's all I can say.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Lucky Ralph. It was a brief one and a very nice one. I would want to go back to where we started. But the message is still very clear. Let everybody continue to preach unity and also preach to people to do the right thing. Sometimes you don't even need to tell a lot of people what to do, but at least they should be tired of this suffering that we've made all these years, especially the last 7 years, especially. They will be suffering, but the last 7 years, it's been so much too difficult, too much too hard. Everything has gone wrong. The killings has increased. Certain people taking over the life of everybody. This has been too much. Cow now being more respected. Cow himself gets certificate than me in Nigeria just because a few people, just like the man that spoke, that some people just feel this thing belongs to them. But at the same, we must preach the one Nigeria. They must understand that nobody is superior than the other person. We're all human beings. Christian, Muslim, we're all serving one God. And I believe all religion, everything written there is love. You must love everybody as yourself. I don't think any of the religion is saying you should hate one another. So why not let's practice the love? So on that note, I will go back to the way we started. I started from Mr. Mori. He was the first person that came in and he was the first person that spoke. Mr. Mori, please talk to us.
Yeah, my beloved brother, Lucky, thank you for having me once again. It's always a delight being on this show. Now that we have concluded that those people that went to court are renegades, they are agents of distraction, we should not bother on them. I think we have to leave that one to rest. I'll go back to the issue at stake, which is the revolution of the moment, the movement of the people. Revolution has started, but people are not aware. The future, they say, belongs to them.
Please hold on. We have a caller. I think this number is from. Let's see. Yes, caller, please tell us where you're calling from. Your name and where you're calling from.
Okay. Good evening. I'm so sorry for calling this to call. Please, actually, I'm not calling because of the program, because ever since I've been writing Nigeria Watch, I'm in Nigeria. Okay. I need to do see of both. I need Stanley Osano number, please.
Okay.
I live in Europe, but I'm in Nigeria right now.
All right, no
I
problem.
need to do see of both.
No problem. I'll get back to you immediately after the program. No problem. I will.
Please, sir.
I will. No problem,
Okay,
sir.
thank you.
No problem. Thank you. No problem. Thank you. Welcome. All right. Okay. Before I allow Mr. Mori to go on, I want to quickly say we will soon be running up because we have a program starting in less than like 10 minutes. Another broadcast for Kachi. No, it's every day, 5 o'clock, Nigeria time. So we're already like a few minutes to go. So we'll round up when it is time so that we all can join that program. Thank you very much. But however, Mr. Mori, please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, bro. As I was saying, I want to quickly use the few minutes I have on the revolution of the moment, the movement of the people, the Obi movement, which is the talk of the day. The movement has started, the revolution has started. But it's not the revolution of guns, not the revolution of bullets. It's the PVC revolution. Because what we have succeeded in doing in this couple of years is creation of awareness. And this awareness has gone far and wide. And we have been able to touch on the people, we have been able to awaken the people's consciousness. Because no nation, no country, no people, no community can live above or can succeed or develop above the meta consciousness and capacity of its people. Now that people are aware of the power they have, the power of the people is greater than those in power. Now that the people are conscious of the power they have, I think nobody will be able to use us against ourselves on the grounds of religion, ethnicity anymore. I thank God for our brother Haruna, who spoke from our brother from the northern side. I want to crave your indulgence if we can use this same medium to let people know, because those people are when you have succeeded in arresting the minds of an individual, the person is automatically a slave, and whatever the slave master says, the person will obey. Now that we are aware of this fact, the message should go far and wide that poverty does not know religion, poverty does not know ethnicity. You know, killings don't, if they want to kill, they don't ask you if you're a Muslim or a Christian. You know, if you go to market, they don't ask you if you're a Muslim, pay this or pay that. So those are our youth who should be able to work on their consciousness too, and their political participation, so that they wake up from their slumber. I'll be too long. I'll be on for too long. If we succeed in challenging the consciousness of these people, we are 50% ahead of ahead of the game. So I don't know if how we can, through our brother Haruna, come up with a program like this, you know, conscientize them, talk to them in the language they understand. It might not be grammar, it might not be English language. Without their little radio, we can send jingles to them, let them tune in and listen to them over and over again, so that they know that they have been a slave for too long. The educated mind, they say, is the easiest to work with, but most difficult to enslave. So education does not necessarily mean going to university, going to secondary school or primary school. Education is awareness. What are you aware of? So our forefathers, our grandfathers at home, our mothers can be educated, depending on the medium you are using. Creating awareness, you are creating education. Let them know that these oppressors in PDP and APC do not make way for anybody. As I said earlier, it's not about tribe, it's not about Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa. We are suffering. Go to the state of Buhari, where he comes from. People are suffering there. Go to Zamfara. People are suffering. These are hard for everybody. Everybody is bleeding. The nation is bleeding. It's not about tribe. It's not about religion. We should not allow them to divide us anymore on the grounds of religion, ethnicity, or what have you. Now that we have succeeded in creating this awareness, they're going to come out again with another propaganda. We should be well equipped. Like I said again, together we can make a change. It is possible, it's doable, it's achievable. Thank you very much. God bless you all, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I yield the floor back to you, Mr. Moderator.
Thank you very much. Quickly, we'll go to Mr. Benga very quickly, because we'll be having another program in a few minutes' time. Benga, please talk to us. Hello, Mr. Benga. Okay. It seems the moderator, please talk to us.
Yeah, thank you. I'm going to be very quick. There are three things I want to talk about: religion, INEC, and the registration. Now, for religion, I think what Mr. Andrew was trying to talk about is
the woman that just called us. If you are still watching me, the number you asked for, this is his number. You can get it here. Number you asked for that you want to do CFO. That's his number. I just want to put it on screen for you, but I may still send it to you anyhow. But madam, just go ahead.
Yeah, what Mr. Andrew was trying to say, I think he wanted to, like, all religious and Christian, particularly, leaders, should just come out and just say, support this man to make the change. I mean, wake up and smell the coffee. Don't be shy to say it. But I think the tradition of you don't mix religion with politics, or a religious leader shouldn't be involved in politics. I think that's just like a fallacy, because politics and religion always go hand in hand. If you look at the history of Nigeria, even the history of the world, it's same thing that played in America. The Republicans are predominantly Christians. So it's just that I just wish the religious leaders would just say it as it is and stop kind of sitting on the fence, sort of. And I think that's where it's coming from. But honestly, everybody has a right to vote who they want to vote for, regardless of what anybody say. But if you have an influencer like a religious leader you respect, they should be able to speak now, because of the way Nigeria is now. I think, Mr. Andrew, maybe you get me wrong. And I want us to be very careful in always trying to be religious in everything in Nigeria, because those of us in diaspora, the express road you live in, the house you live in, the government benefit you live in, it wasn't designed by way of religion. So when we always say pray for Nigeria, sometimes I have a very funny feeling, because God has heard us over centuries to date. God has heard us, and so let us stop putting so much of religion into what is happening in Nigeria now. We should put more of making people understand this is the logo on when you see the ballot paper, the Labour Party ballot paper. This is the person that we are voting for, and this is why we are voting the person. I think that's where we should ponder more on of this. Oh, let us pray. Fine, prayer is good. Prayer is good from beginning to the end, but we should stop being religious, please, because where we are living in diaspora, there's nothing religious about how their country turned out. Because even some of them who don't even believe in Christ, who are not even Christians, like even in Japan, things are done to the book. And it is not religion, it is principle. And it is the fact that in your mind, you want your country to grow, not just for you, for future generations. So that's why they do not tolerate any form of indiscipline in their countries, especially countries like Singapore or China. So let's just take religion at least 80%, take religion 80% out of all these political things. That's my own opinion. Now, for the INEC registration, I'm kind of scared, because they said, oh, go and register. Everybody should go and register, those who don't have a PVC. But what I'm hearing from INEC is that if you get your PVC now, you cannot get the card maybe till like 6 months or whatever time. So I haven't seen what INEC is going to do now. Are they going to still give you that slip paper that's eligible to vote? Because I don't want the election day they will tell you, oh, the kind of card readers they have do not accept paper when they haven't received their card. What's going to happen then? So I think that kind of manipulation is my kind of fear there. You understand? Because they say it takes about 8 months for them to get the card. So anyway, that aside, now with respect to my brother from the north who just called, I understand where you're coming from, but I want to make you understand something. In respect to the toll gate issue, it is a very good political score point, because those people who lived in Lagos, especially, and the electorate who are majority youths, should be remembered and educated to let them know that they have to remember and acknowledge what happened at Tollgate, what this APC government did to them. So that is the reason why they cannot vote someone like the man at Bodilon or the former vice president. That is a political score point that has to be continually used. If you're talking about the sensitivity of what happened in the past that you should have mentioned, like, the Biafra thing, fine, I understand, because, it is time to heal, like my brother Alex said, it's time to heal. And sometimes when you want to heal, sometimes you need to bring out things to get freedom within yourself, right? So I believe the issue of the toll gate should continually be spoken about. We should not shy away from it. We should continually remind people the kind of wicked government that we have. Till date, do you really think that the victims of the toll gate, do you think their family members and extended family members would forget? They would not forget. They have friends that would not forget. And they might even use that as a score point of why they can never, ever vote somebody like vote the devilish party like APC or PDP. So maybe in the north, they might not understand, but in the south, that toll gate, especially Lagos, it has to be said. If nobody says it, I will be saying it continually to anyone, just to remind them. It is not out of hate. Excuse me. It is not out of hate or anything. It's just trying to remind people why we don't need this government, because they do not care about us. Now, there's one other thing too, is we have seen northern leaders, northern groups, and even some northern religious leaders speak in divisive manners. We still sometimes, and nothing is being done to them. And no one gags them. Nobody even persecutes. No DSS comes to them. And it doesn't mean that we have to go the same route, but I understand that we have to unite Nigeria, because but to be honest, we are not united in the north. In our thoughts, I mean, we are not united in our thoughts because Nigeria has gone downhill. And I've also noticed that it seems to me that anytime there's a passionate plea for the change for Nigeria, it is always coming from the southern extraction. That is a fact. I'm not saying it because I feel the Northerners don't care, because of whatever they are going through and because of their kind of subservient nature, the environment, and how they respect their religious leaders. They're kind of quiet, so they're kind of dying inside. But it's the southern extraction that has always, I repeat, always been passionate about the change in Nigeria, except with the advent of the internet now. I can see little pockets of south northern youth actually seeing what we are seeing, because the internet has given everybody, like, it's like an open TV, free TV, so that they can see what is really going on. But how many of them would actually, on the day of the ballot, actually change? We don't know. So it is what it is. I must honestly say that when a southern person, this is what I have noticed personally.
We have people
Yes,
that
I
need
am going to conclude now.
close down.
Yeah, when a southern person wants to express their pain, it is always a tradition that we should always soft pedal, in expressing ourselves. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. If we need to tell people the truth so people can understand where we are coming from, we need to speak it, but we need to speak it in unity and love. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Ogasian, because we need very soon I will be turning over to another program by Kachi normally. So I don't want to eat into her time so that we don't share view. Thank you very much.
Okay. Let me just quickly touch on one or two things. But really, I will say, who am I to speak when our erudite Alex has sort of masticated everything? In fact, I enjoyed his analysis and and even with the passion he said them. You see, the thing is that I think from now on, my advice to everybody is never say never again. Enough is enough. We should not entertain any distraction, be it to cajole or just to say, just like Rita alluded to. We are no longer when Peter Obi said the youth should come and take over their country. It's not telling you to beg anybody. It's telling you by force you should take it over. Somebody at the age of 70 should not be making laws for people at the age of 35 or leading them. No. Atiku and the Tinubu should be in the residential home by now. Is the youth, people between 25 to 45 should be in charge effectively. So to that extent, let them keep up the momentum. We are not going to relent at all. And nobody should, there's no apology for anything. Yes, somebody from the north has spoken with the bent. He pleaded the way we should handle it. But let them know that it is true they are easily manipulated when they told them that the Southerners want to take over. But they should ask themselves, you've been taking over since 1960. What have you achieved? That is what they should be doing. There should be introspection in the north. When they tell them, because I'm talking to them now, when they tell them, oh, the Southerners want to take over, they try to play religious sentiment or ethnic bias. They should also ask them, yes, we know they want to take over, but you've been taking over since, and look at the condition where we are. It is we now have to go and be begging them for food. So to that extent, people should not bring in divisive tendencies. The youth should stand on their feet and then demand that the country belongs to them and they should take over. As simple as that. So I do not want to entertain any fear or people entertaining fear in the sense that if I say this, I shouldn't be politically correct, or I need to say this so that I should not offend the sentiments of some people. No, the era of that is gone. After all, the suffering is universal as far as Nigeria is concerned. Some people are even suffering more than the others. So why should you? This is the time for you to assert your voice and then say enough is enough. No more paddy or playing hanky panky or trying to sweep certain things under the carpet. No, our historical fact is part of us. So when we mention like Lekki toll gate or something like that or things like that, it is not with the intention to extract a revenge, but it's just to tell us, it's just like a milestone where we've come from. So such things should not happen, or that such thing took place as a result of complicity of some people. So if there's a way to redress it, now let us do it. Thank you very much.
CN, that was very brief. We go to, okay, no, Kisley Germany is no more here. Kisley is out. Makarabo, do we still have Makarabo here? No. We don't have Makarabo here. Mr. Andrew, do we still have Mr. Andrew? No. Okay. Mr. Lucky, no more. He has gone. But we have, next is Gozie. Gozie is no more. Okay. Alice, please talk.
Yes, thank you so much. It's time to heal. It's time to heal from the stolen Abacha loot that led to underdevelopment, that led to the journey of millions, or if not hundreds of thousands of our youth in the sea of Libya and Italy. Only your PVC can make them smile from their graves. If we can vote in Peter Obi. If only you know the pains of death. If only a loved one has been cut off prematurely in your family, you will know it's time to heal. You cannot heal without talking about the subject matter. You can't run away from it. Lekki Toll Gate is still very fresh. If 1967 to 1970 war is still fresh in our memory, even if some of us were not there, let alone just 2 years ago, it's time to heal. The only way that can drag these family members whose people were killed is to let them know there's a light at the end of the tunnel by telling them the gospel of Peter Obi. It's time to heal. It's time to heal from the nationwide evasion of Fulani herdsmen. Our farmers have been killed, raped. Passengers have been, taken hostage, ransom collected with SIM cards, supposedly, registered with NIN. Gentlemen, and you tell me the federal government is not involved? It's time to heal from a bad government. It's time to heal, my dear brothers and sisters. We have a lot of farmers who have gone into depression. Farmers who have taken their own lives. Farmers whose farmlands right now are occupied, villages, communities in my own state are occupied and taken over by these Fulani herdsmen. So we cannot fight them because we don't have the superior weapons that the federal government seemingly allegedly is giving to them. Because how can the Fulani man have AK-47 worth 3 million naira? So it's time to heal. Let's continue to talk. Let's continue to walk. Let's continue to push them. Thank God for social media. There's a saying in Benin, it means for the sake of those who don't, social media to the rescue, Peter Obi to the rescue. And this media is giving them heat and it's spreading like wildfire. People are now getting awareness. If you know how many young people that watch Niger Watch these days, nationwide, even around the world, talking to those who are around them and those who are far away. So it's time to heal. It's time to vote correctly. It's time to talk about the Abacha loots that were shared by this government. It's time to talk about the invisible projects. Monies were borrowed, Brazil loans, African Developmental Bank loan, Paris loan, London Bank loan, World Bank loans. Where are they? It's time to heal. Money has been allocated for youth empowerment programs nationwide. You saw during the SARS protest, palliatives were given to all the states and governors killed it. So it's time to heal from all those disappointments. It's time to heal this nation from years of lies and deceit and bloodletting.
All right.
Years of disappointment. So, gentlemen and ladies, I thank all of you. You are doing well. We are on the right track. Let's not be distracted. We must talk about the nitty-gritty. Always, we must hit the point. People cannot heal until you open the wound and dress it properly, plaster it, and make them, and every day nurture them and give them hope about tomorrow. These are healing starts. So tell them about Obi. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Alice. Thank you very much. We don't have Engineer Ken here no more. Aruna, do we still have him? No, he has gone. Lucky Raf, yes, we have Lucky Raf. Lucky Raf, talk to us. Be very brief because the other program is just starting now so that we can now join the other program. Lucky Raf, are you with us? Okay. It seems we are busy.
Can you hear me?
Yes, like 1 minute, please. Just round up 1 minute.
Okay, it's just nothing much other than to keep reminding people what Nigeria have gone through all these years in the hands of these old men. Okay. That's all. Let's continue to remind people.
All right.
What have gone wrong.
Thank you.
And
colleagues.
we need.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Colleagues, you just came in and we almost rounded up because there's a program going on by Kachi. We need to join her immediately. So maybe you will talk there, but meanwhile, just hang on as we round up together. I want to thank everybody who have participated. We never knew much caller. Jonathan Italy called in, and the other woman that asked for somebody's number, she didn't really contribute. I want to thank everybody that has been on the comment section. Thank you very much. I want to thank all our panelists, starting from Mori, Engineer Gbega, Rita, CM, Kingsley that spoke from Germany, Mark Rabot from Germany, Andrew, UK, Lucky from Senegal, Dakar, the Gozier from Scotland, Alex, Nigeria, Engineer Ken, US, Aruna from Kaduna, and of course, Lucky Raf. That's the link to join the other program. I would want to say, let's together continue to do our best. But before I go, I usually play my very usual song from Oliver the Cook. But this very day, no, I will not play that. There's one I just got done by these Hausa people, the Northerners, for Peter Obi, I think. I think I have to look for that now and play that. Let me quickly search for that. That one, where is it? Okay, let me search quickly for that very song. Yes, I got it. I would like to close with that. I think this one was from people.
It's better than sacrifice.